Greetings everyone, Spider-Man 1991 here. Okay, it's time to do my comic reviews. Again, I only got 2 books, but, there are titles that I usually am excited about. After 600, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 601 and Superman World's New Krypton number 6. Okay, let's start off with Spider-Man. Okay, 601. Where we last left Peter Parker, it was Aunt May's wedding. She got married, and Mary Jane shows up. This is an exciting issue, though. So far, the first part was good. It opens up with first Jonah at a press conference saying that Spidey and Doc Ock were in cahoots. But the reporters do mention that they've got statements from the Human Torch saying that he helped and stuff. Meanwhile, Peter's waking up, and he's thinking really hard, and he realizes he's in bed with someone, and then it turns out it's his roommate. Yeah, awkward. Then she gets up, yells, and kicks him out. So, as Spidey, he starts going off, and he's trying to remember what happened last night with him and Mary Jane. They agreed to meet somewhere to catch up. It kind of reminded me of The Hangover because he's trying to remember what happened. It's kind of, if you haven't seen Hangover, go see it. It's funny. It's hilarious. And meanwhile, Peter's thinking, and then he says, "Oh, look, distraction! Bank robber." But he webs the guy on the newsstand, and all of a sudden, everyone's frustrated at him. The cops say, "What are we supposed to do till your web dissolves?" And "You just ruined half my newspaper. Where you go, webhead?" Meanwhile, Peter realizes that, he does have another place to stay other than that apartment. Aunt May's house in Forest Hills. He goes there, but it turns out he discovers it's Riley Con 09. Yeah. 2 issues ago, Aunt May, Aunt May's caught up with her family, the Rileys. May Riley was her maiden name, Riley, and they were all in Boston. She had a happy reunion with them, and it was great. And Peter sees them all here. Okay, and he just decides to leave because it's probably crowded enough as it is. Then he wants to know what happened, and he's trying to get Mary Jane's number so he could try to remember where they met, where they agreed to meet and stuff. So he goes to Harry's penthouse, figures he might crash there just like old times. But the doorman says that Harry has moved, and then Peter goes and tries to talk to Babe Brand about anything that's going on, but it turns out that at the DB, they're having to cut backs and stuff. Bennett's screaming, and Peter asks Betty if he can room with her, but she already has a roommate, Gloria Grant. It's not going so well. Then, a fire at the Empire State Building. Spidey goes in to save people, and gets there, grabs the water main, puts out the fire, clears the path. Then, all of a sudden, the fireman mentions something about Grand Central Station, and he realizes that's where he's supposed to meet her at 8, from one of their old dates and stuff. He shows up, he's waiting, but then she never shows. Turns out she's sleeping off a hangover as well, and she slept for 15 hours. So, bad news for Pete. Then she turns on the TV, hears about Spidey's escape, and then before she turns on the TV, she says she hopes that Peter did have a nice night. And then it says Spider-Man saved people from a burning building, and then she says, I guess he did. So, that might be some foreshadowing that she still remembers everything, like who he is and whatnot. Peter goes back to his apartment, and he finds some cookies that were a peace offering. He says he might need a glass of milk, but the fridge is locked. Funny. Meanwhile, this is a prequel to an Avengers story that's coming up. Peter goes to talk to Jessica Jones, Cage, and she's playing with the baby. She mentions that they were at high school, and when he was fighting the Sandman way back in Spider-Man number 4, she was there, and she inspired him to become a hero. And he mentioned the great power and great responsibility thing, and she says that's something she wants to tell her kid. Live by for her kid, and then Peter says, don't live it, show it, be a hero again. And that's she gives him a smile that says, like, she's thinking about it. It says to be continued, New Avengers. Alright, Spider-Man 601. This was good. Pretty much an average read. I thought it was interesting, though, that Mary Jane still might know who he is. Okay. Meanwhile, Superman Superman World of New Krypton number 6. This is the first part in a multi-book, book arc with action and Superman, Supergirl, codename Patriot. Anyways, it opens up with General Zod after he's shot. Then the assassin's trying to run. He's killing some people, but eventually Superman and the Red Shard Kal-El and the Red Shard catch him. Then Superman tells Commander Gorsuch that they should just kill him now, since the punishment is death and this is treason. But Kal just says that we have the responsibility to be the defense of New Krypton. We should interrogate him and find the plot. So, anyways, interrogation of Kryptonians. And interesting enough, their timeline, instead of like BC or AD, it's BB, before Brainiac. So, anyways, Kal's talking to him. And they're trying to figure out where the plot came from, but they still know it's not clear if he was acting alone or not. Because he doesn't trust, I think he's part of a conspiracy that doesn't think Zod's a good leader. Anyways, Kal goes and sees Kara and Laura at the medical center to see if Zod's better, but she says that before Zod was put in stasis, he asked for Kal, which is weird. Alright, then Laura tries to calm the crowds, tell them to be brave, not be afraid. So anyways, then after that they discover that this Raldar has escaped, and he's now left New Krypton, and he's heading towards Earth. Might be a sign of Kryptonian invasion. So Kal just says that Red Shard, stand down. Kara and I will handle this alone. And he just says the last thing we need is Commander Kal-El. This is a job for Superman. I'm excited because now I'll get to see Superman in his original costume again since New Krypton. I'm really happy about that. Okay, New Krypton number 6 was a good read. It was a good start off to the whole Codename Patriot arc. Sounds like it could be very interesting, which is good. So, yeah. Okay, I don't have a lot of titles this week, but a little word to my subscribers, though. I'll probably be doing another 3-part review because, well, next week I'm getting Blackest Night 2 and, of course, this. Adventure Comics number 1. Okay, this is all I have. So, Amazing Spider-Man, Superman World of New Krypton, two perfectly good stories. Get a chance, go get them. But for now, Spider-Man 1991, see you later.